So I'm doing this video. I mean, I've got other ones available. Maybe I've even done this problem before, but I couldn't find it today. So this is that question number 6 on page 101 in the ThinkDO book. And, people could, it's fantastic to be able to do this with z-scores and the normal and curve table. That's really a good way to show the understanding. I'm gonna argue that it's just as good to be able to use an applet also, though, and because where we're headed with this, some of our work is so much easier with an applet that I'm trying to do this so it's confidential here. Just a minute here. Let me open up some. Let me pause my video and get some pages opened up. Okay, so in Canvas, you click on, so I'm in modules, and it's this course resource area. Click on that online statistical tools. And then you'll see, as soon as this loads, I see this David Lane normal CDF. I mean, there's other applets out there. I really like what this one does because it gives us a picture. So what we can do is, I mean, if we take a look at here, how can I do this? Let's see. Isn't there a way to make this side by side? Well, I can do it this way, I think. Low tech way, sorry guys. Things change and then I get stuck in a way. So here's that David Lane app. Oh, you know, one thing I want to do. So you can click on that link in Canvas, so those online tools, but let me show you this also here. Let me, if you can do a, trouble to get this moved out of my way. Yeah, okay, never mind. If you just Google David Lane normal, it's usually the top hit. Make sure you add the word normal because David Lane, there's another David Lane that was a white supremacist that passed away a few years ago. His stuff used to come up. Now that he's dead, it doesn't come up quite so much. But anyway, I digress. Here, how do you use this applet for doing these problem set of z-scores? You need to know the mean. You need to know the standard deviation. Here, let me get a pointer here. Let's see. I'm going to annotate. I'm going to get a spotlight. Here we go. Well, I thought I'm going to get a spotlight. Here we go. So it says the mean, the standard deviation, and these are all single fish. What you're going to see at the end of chapter 6 is they start talking about the sampling distributions. That's a little different. I'm hoping that you watch those videos. The guy with the orange hat, he does a fantastic job explaining to you what a sampling distribution is, and that's where we're going to go in week 9. And I'm going to ask you some questions about that, about sampling distribution on this exam. So make sure you get a handle on those, about what happens to the standard deviation when you start talking about samples. Again, I digress. So how do you use this calculator? We're looking for a probability, aren't we? So on this calculator that uses the area, and area is a probability. So what you got to do, so is instead of having to find a z-score, all you have to do is type in the mean, type in the standard deviation for the distribution, and then we want to know weighs less than 1 pound. So I want below 1 pound. Type in 1 and then calculate, and that's the probability, 0.0432. Pretty easy, huh? No table usage or anything. And this is legit. This isn't cheating, just so you know. And then B, what's the probability that I'm going to find a fish that weighs more than 3 pounds? Same mean, same standard deviation, but I want to go above 3, more than 3 pounds, and that's that probability. Okay, right there. Nice thing with this calculator, it automatically updates. I'm going to show you some others that don't. Not in this week. Actually, if you did, last week when we did the binomial distributions, that stat check one, you need to click calculate in order for it to update. Now this says between 1 and 3. You certainly could have taken your answers from A and B, added them together, and taken that away from 1, subtracted from 1. But I don't even have to think that hard. I'm going to put 1 here, 3 here, and get the area between. There we go, and that's the area between. I'm hoping I'm convincing you this is nice. Then we change gears in part D. They told us a probability. They aren't giving me an X. See, here is between 1 and 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 1 pound. Here they're telling me a percentage, which is a probability in this case. So we want to keep, so instead of having a look up a z-score, go inside the table for 0.9, and because it's 100 minus 10%. You can do what you can do here is click on value from an area. See, our area is a probability. So we click value from an area. You got to update the mean and the standard deviation, 0.7. And then the area we're looking for is the top 10%. So 0.1, remember making a decimal, and we want above top 10%. So that's the z-score. Okay, so that's the cutoff of the top 10%. What if I want the top half of the percent? Well, you got to remember that 0.5% is the same as 0.005, because you got to move that decimal place over 2 places. And then we want top still. We knew it was going to be a very big z-score because we know that anything more than 3 standard deviations is a pretty small area. This is a very small area. So that's that. And then how do I get the middle 95? Same mean, same standard deviation. We could do some subtraction, but this calculator does between. And those are the 2 z-scores. It cuts off the middle 99%. Or those are the 2 weights, they're z-scores. Sorry. So between 0.937 3.397 pounds and 4.03 pounds. Okay, that easy. I encourage you to use this. It's nice. And like if it's a testing situation, just screenshot that. Give me a screenshot of the calculator, paste it into your test, or attach it.